In this lesson, we will create an FK head control for the creature. I think a box shape would work out very well. Let's go ahead and import one in. Alright. So again, if we were to deselect and press the Z key, you could see how high up this control is. Let's go ahead and bring it down. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Now we'll go to our vertex of object level and start to scale these down. Oh, let's make sure to grab all points. One point was like, you will not select me. Alright, let's now go ahead and zoom in a bit more and start to scale this down. What I'd like to do from here is go ahead and reset the X-form on this. And then we'll go ahead and collapse it down and snap it over to the head bone. So let's go ahead and use Shift-A to do that. Grab our Quick Align tool. Great. Let's go back to our vertex of object level, and we'll have this conform to Rexy's head. That way, no matter where he's facing, no matter where he's looking, we always have an idea of that direction, even if we were to hide our model. So I'll go ahead and translate our points up, rotate them down at an angle, and now we can start to do some more refinements here. Maybe grab our scale tool, bring these in a bit more, and start to adjust them 2 points at a time. So I'll go ahead and bring up the back points and bring down the front points. Great. And then if we wanted to, we could always go ahead and taper the front. We can grab our 4 points at the front, grab our scale tool, and bring these in and scale them in the x-axis. I think that works. Awesome. So now that we have our head control, let's say we go ahead and rename it. It's going to be Anim Head FK01. Alright, so from here we're going to want to have this linked to neck C. Great. Now let's go ahead and freeze its transforms. If we were to grab neck C and start to rotate, see what type of results we'll get. Very nice. Okay, heading over to Manage Layers, we'll go ahead and add this to Controls Neck FK. Beautiful. Alright, so now it's time to control our head bone. Now remember, we created it separate from the neck chain. That way we have the freedom to disconnect this if we'd like. What we'll do is go ahead and set up a position and orientation constraint to control it. That way when we're in IK mode, we can start to pull our head bone around and drive the neck at the same time. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started. What we'll do is go ahead and create a point helper. I'll go ahead and set the display to cross. And let's go ahead and Alt-A align to our head bone. Alright, beautiful. So from here, just taking a look, might want to go ahead and bring up its size a bit more so it's easy to select. And we'll have this renamed to PT-DRV Head FK01. Let's also make sure it's stored in our hidden layer. Alrighty. So now, we want to make sure that this object is going to basically be linked to our head control. So let's do that. We'll now want to constrain our head bone to this object. So we'll start with our position constraint, and then we'll apply our orientation constraint. Here we go. Alright, so when we test this out, grabbing our control object, you'll see we now have control over Rexy's head. Great. And when we start to move our neck rig, everything follows. Super cool. Okay, so everything's working just fine. Let's go ahead and take our head control and make sure it gets recolored. just to stay consistent. Looks like that color is just slightly off. There we go. All right, so once we've managed to do that, that's basically it for this lesson. We have created the head control for Rexy and FK mode, so now it's time to head back over to IK mode and basically work on finishing up that process.